Hey, hey, let's get some Wingspan going with some coffee. I hope everyone's having a good weekend. It's sunny and warm today. I think summer is finally here because the temperatures are going to remain stable in terms of being warmer than before. I don't actually like that because I like cooler temperatures, but still it's not bad. Alright, so we got the bucket nest type. Let's take a look. Body parts or wheat. Alright, we do have a bucket nest type that doesn't have any bird abilities, and playing those early on tend not to be my jam because it's nice to, utilize the bird ability over and over and over and over again throughout the game. But that starbird is definitely the best. You might do the blue-winged warbler. Just because none of the others are just like... None of the others are really impressive. Okay, and I have one extra thing I can get. Alright, get the sandhill crane. Maybe we can work it into our play. And we don't really have any of these. The blue-winged warbler gives us one of this type. I suppose that's something. I wonder what a play style looks like to just get every bird that offers 2 new bonus cards to pick from. Like, theoretically, if you had like 4 or 5 birds in each habitat, all of which provided that bonus, so that you racked up like 15 bonus cards, some of them have got to hit just by, the very nature of placing birds of different types. I wonder what that would yield. Anyway. Alright, so we do need another grub to place our blue-winged warbler, but there aren't any grubs right now, so I don't really want to start grabbing the wheat for this yet. I imagine I might get rid of that card as part of this draw and discard business.
Forster's Turn. These birds nest on the ground, on a raft of floating vegetation, or on muskrat lodges.
So, I always have to clear my throat early in the morning. It's not early in the morning, but still. So, I like this purple martin. Might as well just grab it. And now we get to draw another card. Ooh, a starbird. If only we had the bonus for the birds named after people. And discard 1 egg to draw 2 cards. That's a nice ability early in the game. Huh, but this one only has a grub requirement, which I already have. So yeah, we're going to go through my original plan and discard this. So that's all working out pretty well. Yeah, I'm naturally drawn away from playing the blue-winged warbler early, which is exactly what I was hoping I would do. It's nice to have it to eventually get a bird to count towards the last round bonus, but I'm not in any rush to play it early game. Let's play this purple martin here.
Purple martin. Native Americans hung gourds as houses for these birds because they eat so many bugs.
Alright, we need to get some food going. Let's see if I can grab this fish while it's here. Okay, but maybe I can roll. I'll chance it. Beautiful. Sometimes it's nice to get lucky. So I'm going to need an egg. But I just wish that I had a card I wanted to tuck before I did that. I can just grab another card. That's okay. Yeah, grab 2 cards, discard 1. That's fine. I don't really want any of these, of course. Let's grab 2. Alright, that's not very useful for me. Let's try that. Nice, we got a bullbird. Alright, so let's discard that other one we got. Then again, if I want to keep this because it's a bullbird, now I got the same problem I had last time. Good, and we got an extra food to get an extra egg. So yeah, let's play this here and that there. Good, good. So we can tuck maybe the blue-winged warbler, to be honest. No, we'll play this. Yeah, that's right. Right, no, we need to draw food. I'm an idiot. Okay, we just won't use this ability on the first time, which is totally fine. But we can at least use this extra egg, which is nice. So it was worth it. And we want to have eggs in the wetlands on the next round. So let's just not tuck anything this time, but it's okay. From here on out, using this ability to draw cards with an egg, we're going to be able to tuck plenty.
Franklin's gull. These gulls make floating nests of plant material on prairie marshes.
Alright, I think I might just start getting some food for... I need a bird in the forest just to be able to get food easier. So let's grab a grub, and then we'll see what cards come up on the next round. Hey, and the yellow-headed blackbird comes with the bonus. Yeah. Alright, that's fine. We all shared it. We all got a point. That's no biggie. Alright, let's see what we got here. We got a bullbird in the forest, and I think that's the one I want to get. And we got this other bullbird, which, sure, not bad. So let's grab them both. Oh, wait. So we'll draw and discard. So it might be nice to have an extra bird and use one of my eggs. Alright, we'll discard the crow. Nice. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, we gotta grab both of those too. Absolutely we do. So I gotta use my last egg for that, because I want to also be able to discard. Although, playing this with an egg to be able to get eggs more quickly might be worth it. No, we'll just use the cherry. Actually, I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Alright, let's see what this is. Okay, we can discard that one. These might be all the cards that we end up playing. Alright, let's prioritize getting some eggs down in the wetlands with these slots. Might be hard to do. So if I want to get things for food, I'd want to play blue-winged warbler, western tanager. I might play the chipping sparrow in the forest, and it'll help me lay eggs too while I get food. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Sparrow. These sparrows generally feed on open ground, but near trees.
Alright, so we have 4 turns. So we're going to want to play this and then lay eggs. So we need to draw... I guess let's at least draw the grub. And we can lay an egg with which to play the bird.
Yellow-headed blackbird. These blackbirds form huge flocks, especially in winter.
Alright, we'll do this next round too. We want to actually rack up a bunch of cards because we got a lot of tucking things. Might as well grab the ones that are bull type and then discard the ones we like the least. So because we're racking up the cherries from this thing, keeping this might be helpful. Another tuck and lay. I wonder if this wax wing counts as my bonus. Probably, it's got the word wing in it. Yeah, the blue grosbeak might go. And let's just grab whatever, and we can discard that one at some point. Gonna do this again. Hey, we got another bullbird and a starbird. What's going on here? Yeah, we could potentially get rid of the Starbird if we, because everything else we got fits. But I guess let's get rid of this one because we know we're not going to use that one. Cool. Now, if I get another cherry, I didn't even bother laying any eggs. Jeez. That's okay. This was still a good strategy for me to get a bunch of cards. I was hoping I'd get another cherry for this, so... Alright, we want to lay some more forest birds. So if we get a cherry, we need 2 of these. We can trade a card, maybe? Might be worth it. Oh, but we don't have the right thing out. Do a common grackle. Yeah. That might be the easiest thing to play right now. Tanager actually would be really nice because of the gaining the grub. But, sorry. I think I'd rather be able to play a bird next turn. Nice, this is actually very helpful. Should have played it on the Starbird, but it's okay. Alright, I want to play this. And yeah, that's why I should have played on the Starbird so that I can...
Common grackle. In winter, grackles roost in large flocks that can include millions of individuals.
Okay, now we got 2 food coming. So let's try and play the Cedar Waxwing, maybe? Ooh, I can play something on the Starbird. Beautiful. Alright, Western Tanager has to be in this habitat, so let's aim for that one. And it wants both of these, so we're good. Let's tuck you. Lay an egg. And let's lay an egg on... I might want to keep the Star Slot in case I get that other ability again. Okay, so... one more grub. And then I might not actually get a second cherry, even though I'm going to need it for this, because with the ability of this bird, plus the that other bird that's giving me cherries periodically, I might just get it. And then I can play it into the grasslands. So I might grab a wheat, which I can use for the Stellar's Jay. That's another forest bird, though. That's fine. I'll play it. So grab that and the wheat. And then tuck. Now we got another. Now we gotta start tucking some birds we actually care about. Jeez. You know, if I had thought about this beforehand, it would have been the Stellar's Jay that I would have discarded. Because it can only be played in the forest, and I don't really need that many birds in the forest, and I don't really need wheat. But I goofed. And this thing has wing on it. Fuck it. I'm gonna get rid of the Stellar's J and use this wheat as like a wild card or egg laying thing. If I get a cherry here, then I can lay this down. Yeah. I can lay this down and then lay eggs in this habitat. I think that's probably fine. I'll get another cherry for the other bird.
Cedar waxwing. Cedar waxwings are one of the only birds in North America that eat exclusively fruit.
Oh, it's gonna be another tuck thing before I get to draw more. I don't need the cherry. Well, I do need the cherry. I don't know why I said that. Maybe I get rid of the black tern now. It doesn't seem like I'm going to be drawing any more cards. Alright, get rid of the wheat. Yeah. We'll discard this. Get a cherry. And now, where do we have extras? I can put these back next round. I should have taken them from the top if I don't care. Nice, I actually needed all those eggs. Way to go. Alright, I'm definitely going to win this round bonus. Pretty much every bird I've played meets the nest type. And I do have some points from the body part thing. So, can I do 2 more? Yellow build? I don't want to do that. 5 turns. So let's see. Yeah, I did all this work to get that, so I could get another thing. Alright, let's just lay it. Okay, so now I should just remove stuff from the star in case I get free eggs.
These flame-colored birds are hard to see because they like the canopies of evergreen forests.
Hey, free egg. I really like none of these are useful to me right now, but I don't really have a choice. I can lay eggs, but I don't think it buys me much. I'd rather be able to play birds even if it costs extra food. So, I think I'll do that. I'll grab these 2 and then I can re-roll for the ability. Let's tuck you. Might as well lay it on yourself. Okay. I'm assuming that I have enough for the bonus, the round bonus. And I'm not going to get 4 birds, unfortunately. So I might not play the blue-winged warbler. Do I have enough 1. I need more food for the Says Phoebe. Unfortunately. Yikes. Alright, I guess I'm playing the blue-winged warbler. And maybe use that egg. Sure.
Blue-winged warbler. This warbler especially likes to nest on the edges between forest and fields.
Says Phoebe would have been nice, but it's okay. I already got a lot of eggs in my bowl nest. And I have chances to lay eggs here, so we'll tuck cards. Yeah. Let's make sure everything has one. Alright, let's just tuck our cards to the points. Might as well take the food. I don't think we're going to use it. And I might take cards to be able to tuck next round. Yeah. Okay. That was all pretty good. Not perfect. I would have liked to get the maximum points for my game bonus. It's okay. Laid a bunch of eggs. Got all the round bonuses. Played a good amount of birds. Yeah, even with the disadvantage to the bird values, I should catch up with the other stuff. Even got a couple tucked cards in there. That might actually take me over the top. It didn't. It didn't by 1. So, yeah, needed a bit more precision. But still good playing. But I got beat. That's okay. Like 86 is a score where you risk getting beat. Like you need over 90 to have a little bit of confidence in a victory. Yeah, I don't like to totally assume with the AI how they're going to attack the round bonuses. But I think like a big thing was I over-indexed on the bullbirds, but I don't think that in and of itself was my downfall, because I had a lot of good birds to play in my hand at one point. And they were, across the different habitats, with different abilities. So I think I would have been okay if I had just probably focused more on finding ones out of that set that got me the extra points for my my game bonus card, the body part one. That might have helped. Or sacrificed one of those bullbirds for a bird that got me like another bonus card or something. But no biggie. I didn't play poorly, and so I don't mind. Okay, do I want to do another something? I got another cup of coffee to drink. I could go for another round of Wingspan, I think. But part of me is also thinking Townscaper. Let's just do another Wingspan. Let's keep it simple. I played well, but it's still nice to end on a victory. I'm going to refill my cup. And I'm back. Okay. I play this game so much, I might get the expansions. I never actually played the expansions on the board game. Maybe once I played one of the expansions. But I have tried it in the video game when I've played online, even though I don't own the expansion. I guess for whatever reason, if you play online, you get access to it. So a couple times I did that, and so I got the sense of like some of the differences with the nectar and things. The nectar was an interesting touch because it both contributes to its own set of round bonuses. And then it can also be used as like a wild card ability for, wild card food, but also getting extra things out of your activation, your habitat activations. So if I buy one of the expansions, like, I can play it more and get to know those systems better. All right. Let's go through the process again. So we got bull again at the end, and we got the other nest type. I should learn the names. Second round, and then birds and some habitats, that's fine. And then birds with colors and birds that eat grain. What do we want to do? We got a bull bird here that I like, and I like the repeating the power. It can be one of the more useful things if you've got, another ability that's very useful to you. So I might do that bird. And then this one here is also good, but I'd need another bird to make it worthwhile. So I'd be putting myself at a bit of a disadvantage start if I take these over these other ones that give me things. Trading an egg for food could be a way to do it. Just like pump out eggs and keep trading them for food, since I don't, have other ways to get food real quickly. Might do that. What were you? Colors. Do I have any colors here? I don't have any colors right now anyway. And what if I did the northern mockingbird with the crow and repeated it? You know what? I like that plan. And it gets me a nest type. Cool. So we'll grab these two for the northern mockingbird and, I don't know, fish for the crow. What does a crow want to eat right now? I think the crow wants rodent. Northern American. I wish I had the geography one. Alright, without colors involved, we have a higher percentage chance, apparently, if we do this one. We'd need to get 8 birds to get 7 points, though. I can't imagine we'll get 8 birds that include eating wheat. I just can't. Let's do this one. And this one's got the caveat that it's got to be discarding an egg from one of your other birds. So we'll play the northern mockingbird first. Even though we'll activate it at a time when we can't use its ability to get an egg, it's still fine. Because we couldn't activate this ability anyway, even if we played it first. Yeah, we're gonna do it here. Although the first round bonus is in the forest. No, we need to do it with eggs, otherwise it doesn't really work as a plan.
Northern mockingbird. A male mockingbird may learn around 200 songs throughout its life.
Yeah, playing this one first also worked because we want the eggs to be on this bird. Otherwise, we'd have to go yet another round to generate more eggs without taking advantage of the crow's ability. Alright, so now we're in a position to get food. We need to know what type of bird we want to get food on. Belted kingfisher might not be bad, but it's another bird it's another way to get food in terms of ability. What I would really want, I'll get it for the star factor of it, but what I would really like is a bird in the forest that gets me something useful. Yeah. I'm not going to have any birds up there in the first round. Tuck a card, draw one, maybe. And it's the right nest type. Yeah, maybe. I can try and play that. I got time. We just need to activate this twice. Yeah, that should work. We can activate this twice. Lay a bird, activate it twice, place a bird. Man, one bird in the forest will at least make us not last.
American crow. These intelligent birds steal eggs and food from other birds and cache food for later.
All right, we can double this. I forgot about that. I'm an idiot. All right, let's get a cherry. Let's get grain. Now we can play the finch. And then we can do this all again and play this one. Amazing. I guess let's just play the finch now, though.
House finch. These finches are rarely alone and can flock in the hundreds.
I don't have any birds with colors in their names. Alright, that bonus is not going to get used. Alright, so we want a fish and then a wild card. This is dope, this system. I never need to activate my forest birds, pretty much. Okay, that didn't really buy me much, but I think by tying with them, or maybe by tying they also would have gotten 0 each. In any case, it's fine. so I like these two birds. I might grab them real quick so I can play them. Oh, I need to play this one down before I can grab two at a time. Well then, let's do that.
Belted kingfisher.
And I hope for the best.
A kingfisher burrow can go up to 6 feet into a riverbank and slopes to shed water.
We want to play this. Actually, both of them are this round, so we want to get both of these birds down this round and lay eggs in them. That might be a slightly tall order. But what are you? You're not the right type, so it doesn't matter. We can use all your eggs. Okay, so now we need fish wildcard, so 2 rounds of laying eggs. And we have a star one down, so we can put all our eggs in the star. And let's discard and get... I guess let's put the star nest down first, maybe? I wonder where we want to put it. Maybe to get cards. Yeah. So let's get the fish. Yeah, let's use your eggs. And wild card.
Franklin's gull. These gulls make floating nests of plant material on prairie marshes.
So we're not quite going to leverage the egg slots on this bird. 1, 2, 3, which we can lay in one turn, but we're going to want to use them to get more food for the next bird. So we just have to hope that it'll be enough. Yeah, I don't really know what food to get for the next bird. If I try and make use of all these slots. Tricky. I think ideally what I would do for this round bonus would be to not even play this card, but playing the card has value in terms of its points, and then eventually if I ever activate this row, you know, the ability. So let's do it, even though I'm not going to use its egg slots.
Great crested flycatcher. These birds avoid competition by focusing on insects high up in trees.
So we just won't use the ability this time. That's not bad. Still eked out a victory. Worth it. Now we're going to grab some new cards to play. So we got a bull one to play and a star one to play. Might as well do them, right? We want to get birds. Yeah, and the burrowing owl is perfect for this round bonus. Yeah, we got everything we need. So, drawing 2 cards, you say. So I have a tuck ability here if I want to get food that way, instead of taking the egg route. But the egg route gets me 2 food on 1 turn, plus an extra egg. Like, it's hard to say no to that. But now that I got this ability, tucking a card is a point, equivalent to an egg, let's say. And an extra bird feeder, which means that I might get 3 food per turn. So now I'm at the point where this might be worth it to activate for a certain circumstance. Like in this case, if I want to grab a bunch of grub in one go. And so I might do this just to get some cards to tuck. Might as well grab this, see what else comes up. And we got 2 bullbirds. But yeah, we don't want to over-optimize for those. We're not going to use these abilities anyway, so just ignore them. Alright, so what do I want to play? I want to play this one. So let's do this. Yeah, that. And what do you give me? A grub. So we're gonna get the grub through this. So we took 1 rodent. We don't really need a second. Yeah, we need a grub, but we're gonna get that, and there's no other better option. We can't re-roll or anything. So we can't get both grubs on this turn, which is totally fine. We'll lay eggs at some point. So maybe the next best option is a fish just in case, and we could use it as a wild card if that ever is relevant. I don't really see a better option right now. Let's grab the grub. And let's tuck you, I guess. Though, we have that nest type. And some stars. Yeah, let's do you. Replacement. Yeah, there we go. It's a color. Not that I'm ever gonna get that. Ideally, I would be able to... to play this too. I don't know if I have enough turns. Oh, it's just birds, it's not eggs. I might be able to do it. Alright, let's lay you down.
Burrowing owl. These owls often use old prairie dog burrows for their underground nests.
Alright, I could use my ability. Ooh. 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 Alright, I can play this other bird. And conceivably I could lay an extra egg, but I'm going to use that fish, so... You know, discarding an egg to get that fish anyway is the same thing, so I might not use the extra ability. But we want to get a wheat, so let's lay some eggs here, and then my bowl things. There we go. Hey. Alright, now discard you. Get that. And now, maybe I want to grub. To play that. I don't see why not. I would have gotten the grub there. It's fine. Okay, now we got a bunch of fish. Actually, I'm going to have 2 turns. Might as well lay this down and get a free egg out of it.
Black tern. These terns build floating nests out of marsh plants. Inca dove. This bird likes human settlements and is expanding its range north.
Dope. Yeah, I think just filling up with eggs is probably the best bet. Like, even getting an extra egg from this card isn't really worth playing it. I don't think we're going to have it. So 5 times 4 or whatever. It's 20. Yeah, we were going to need all whatever. An extra turn to lay this down, to grab it and play it. I don't think it's worth it. So I think our 2 options are to continuously generate eggs for 5 turns. So 5 times 4 is 20, plus whatever eggs we'll pick up along the way. That probably will be enough to max out. If we waste the turn to play this, we get 1 more bird for the bonus, plus a point. Minus 1 egg, but really more minus the opportunity cost. So it's probably not worth it, and it won't get us to 4 birds here for the bonus. So if we click on like the round thing, I got 6 birds. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna already have this round. So let's just generate eggs, and if at the end I'm like 1 bird away, or like they're 1 bird away from me, maybe I'll like at the last minute play this bird. Of course I gotta put an egg in it too. So just 2 rounds to go, we'll take a look. But I think maxing out eggs is gonna be a better plan. Let's make sure every bird has 1 egg. You know, and now just load up. And we can double down on that ability. So we'll do this one again, roll. Hopefully we get more dice in future. Alright, free egg. We need a couple of those. Free food. Really? Lame. Really? Jeez. planned it all right, that I would have another ability to switch to for the repeat thing. One that could get me points for victory. But I got unlucky. Alright, let's take a quick look. I'm probably safe with 6. Alright, give me 1 egg. 2 rounds to get 1 egg. There we go. Maxed out. Come on, no mice. Alright, I might get an egg on the last round, but it's okay that I can't use it. It's not a big deal. We probably won the round bonus too. So the only thing I didn't get is a game bonus, which might cost me. But otherwise, you know, got every squeezed every point we really could out of this. But yeah, 0 points when they got 16. Nah, we're not winning. Even with the amount of eggs we laid. Ooh, caught up with it. Tied. Unbelievable. Both games I played well. You know, as I said last time, getting in the 80s is no guarantee of victory. So if like you aim for a strategy that gets you to the 80s, you're essentially signing up to risk losing. So, you know, if you want to pick strategies that get you in the 90s or 100s, there you have a better chance of success. Strategies that result in 80-something points ain't going to do it. And really, for my gameplay, it relies on either some, like, a better distribution of points across all these things. In this case, I laid a lot of eggs, but it really needs, like, one of these two at the end. Either the tuck cards or the tuck food. They got to be somewhat substantial to get into the 90, 100 point range. And I don't tend to... I more view it at a lot of times, like, unless I see it early, where I go, okay, I can play this tuck a card thing right at the beginning of the game and just keep using it over and over again. Like, unless I plan for that, I kind of view it as, you know, I get free points maybe, just automatically, and that might help. But that's probably not the right way to do it if you really want to score well. You probably want to seek out and prioritize playing a bird that lets you tuck early on and really optimize utilization of it while still going for the other things. Because that seems to be the only way to reliably get over 100 points, is to actually utilize these last two categories while not missing too much out. Like, I don't think like being the most valuable birds, like, that's a small difference. It's like 10 points. It's not tiny, but I'd rather sacrifice 10 points on bird value if it allows me to do these other things. And then, yeah, like, the game bonuses are huge. You gotta get points in game bonus. And if it means playing a card to get a new bonus card, so be it. Like, I conceded right at the beginning because neither of my bonus options I thought were gonna come through for me. And that was probably right. I forget what the other one was. It was colors and something. Body parts? I don't know. I don't remember. No, it was wheat. Eating wheat. And so, yeah, I don't think I achieved the eating wheat one either. I needed like 5, 6, or 7 to get the first, like, 3 points, and then 8 to get the maximum points. I don't think I played 8 birds, or 6 or 7 birds that 8 grain. So I wouldn't have gotten that bonus. So I should have looked out for a card that got me a game bonus that maybe I could have used. Because otherwise, getting 0 points here while somebody else got 16 is a recipe for losing. So you really got to do that, I think, to get over 100. Just by very nature that it's called like a bonus, and like you think of it as, oh, maybe I'll get these extra points if I do these things, or if I get unlucky with what I draw at the beginning, just, you know, forget about it. That's not a reliable way to win. There's a lot of luck in that. Like if you get a good bonus card right at the beginning of the game, and you don't have to think about playing a different way to get those points, like it's setting you up for victory in a big way. So, you know, Wingspan is definitely a game where there's a lot of luck to it. That's not a criticism at all, as I've said on previous streams regarding like strategy games, like poker, for example. Each individual hand has a lot of luck. And so the solution to that when playing with people is to play lots of hands over a long period of time, because if the luck is distributed across players, then ultimately those who tend to do better over time are going to be the ones who can handle the luck factor better. And so what that does, it doesn't just mean that like you distribute the luck out. It actually, a lot of strategy games, it actually benefits those who can incorporate the disparity of luck into their strategies. And I like when games can do that. When you account for luck in your playstyle. So you're cognizant of it as you play. That, like in poker, for example, you know, knowing what cards, knowing the probability with which somebody else might be able to make their straight or have a thing, it informs the way you play. You're like, maybe they did get lucky, right? You can't discount it, so you have to be thinking about it in order to make the appropriate decision on your end. Another one is there's a popular card game in Greece called Viloti, where the premise is like there's a central group of cards, and you take with your cards out of that. And so what the other person gets and what you get and what's in the center is all factors of luck. But when you're playing, you got to be thinking about what the other player might have. And because you're playing through 52 cards every time, at the beginning of the game, you know, if you have like 2 of the 7 cards, and you're thinking, all right, there's 2 out of however many cards are in the deck at this point that could be in the other player's hand. Do you gamble that they don't have it, or accept the possibility that they do? And do you consider the probability, given how many cards there are at this moment, that they might actually have that card in their hand? And you have to be thinking about that. So some players just play risky as a strategy, like off the bat. Like, I know there's a non-zero chance that this card that might get you a lot of points is in your hand, but I'm going to gamble that you don't have it. And I don't play that way, and I don't think it's right to play that way, because the cost-benefit ratio in this particular game is skewed such that if they do have that card that you're not expecting them to have, they get massive amounts of points. In this case, I'm talking about Excedi, which is like a 10-point swing. So you got to absorb the random nature of the game into your playstyle, and that's my favorite type of strategy games. Like, I got friends who have the opinion that strategy games like chess and, you know, other board games, tabletop games, where there's literally no luck built into the framework of the game. You know, information can be hidden from other players, but there's no system in the game that relies on a lucky distribution of anything, like a card with a benefit or bonus cards, like things in this game, card values, whatever you might think of. And they like that because in their mind, it means that when you're playing, if you develop a really good strategy that's better than the other strategies, it's gonna win. Because there's nothing that can throw it off with chance. And I get that, but by numbers, there's more games out there in the world that have luck involved in some way than there are that aren't. And many of those games are really fun. And I think thinking that only games that don't have luck mean that you can show your capacity for strategy and demonstrate it and use it as a way to win a game, I think that's a ill-formed notion, because like poker and the Greek card game that I was talking about and other card games, if you are good at them, you do win more often than not in the long run. And so you are able to demonstrate mastery of the game, even though there's a luck element. And so I think it might require a different type of strategic thinking, but to assume that only a game like chess demonstrates capacity for strategic thought, I think that's totally wrong. Yeah, there's no luck in chess. But it's a different type of skill, and it's a different type of skill for another game, like I don't know, Puerto Rico or something. I don't think there's any luck in Puerto Rico, a tabletop game. Let me think. Probably not. There's probably not any type of luck. Everything's known and out there. Like even maybe turn order. I don't know. Turn order actually is a form of luck in Puerto Rico, but considering all the other systems in the game, that's a pretty minor one. I think the only way that turn order in Puerto Rico manifests as something is Puerto Rico has like categories of strategy. If you're going for the, what are the food types? Corn, I think, is the most primitive resource that you can generate. Or wheat, maybe, is the most primitive resource. One of those two. Playing that strategy effectively means like basically just jamming the world up with export of that resource type. And if you are first in the turn order and have first choice of like things to pick, you might go that route more often than if you were later in the turn order for starting out. And if you're going to go that route, you better play that strategy, because otherwise you're going to lose. And if you're not playing that strategy and you don't get like the hacienda or whatever early tiles help you with that strategy, then you got to do a different strategy. So it does require you to be capable of executing multiple types of gameplay styles. But once you are locked into those, it's not based on luck. It's based on starting out that path and then adapting to how the other players are playing round by round. And so I would argue that it's probably closer to a pure strategy game than a luck-based consideration strategy game. Cool. That was a fun little diatribe. For anyone watching the stream who wanted to hear some thoughts on strategy games, hopefully that was enjoyable. And I think that's going to be the end of my stream today. I'll be back. I know I haven't done any of my big games like Myst or Baldur's Gate, especially Baldur's Gate, in like a week or two. And that's just because like I've had little pockets of like an hour or two to do streams. But I've had to get up and get going around that, so I didn't really have the brain, comfort to say, okay, I'm indulging in a game for a few hours and then can, not worry about anything else. I haven't had that luxury in a couple weeks. But when I do, when I have like a night where I got nothing to do, nowhere to go, and I could just like play Baldur's Gate for 2.5 hours, stream it, and then, I still have enough time to get to bed, I will do so. It won't be this weekend, but next week maybe. Now that it's summertime, I got to get out in the evenings because the sun sets pretty late here in the summer. So that grants you a lot of time to be outdoors after work hours. It's a great luxury of the fact that the sun sets so much later, is that like after 5 p.m. you still got like 8 hours of sunlight until the sun sets at like 10 p.m. It's nuts. But that benefit means that you can go to like a park and take a hike in the afternoon and still have basically a whole day to get through the hike. And I need to move more. So I'm going to try and take advantage of that in the summer. And then, like, of course, sunset walks are super lovely. And the fact that sunset happens so late means that I can start a walk, like, close to sunset and have enough time to get out there, be in a good position to get a view at sunset time, and then, you know, finish the walk in the twilight hours to get back home. But that means I'm home past the time when I can do a stream. So, you know, gaming will take a little bit of a hit, but that's okay. This is all fun. These things I'm all discussing are privileges and luxuries, and I'm just keeping you all informed, but by no means is this a complaint, because this is all a blessed life. Alright, and on that note, everybody also have a blessed life, at the very least, a blessed weekend. So see ya.